On today's show, Barb and I are going to cook a sheet pan beef broccoli with rice. Has a lot of really good ingredients. There's garlic and a bunch of seasoning. You're going to love this. So let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. And here's Barb with the question of the day.
Do you like rice? If you like rice, click on the thumbs up button.
Let's start out with our rice. I have my rice pot and I always spray it with some cooking spray. Even though supposedly it's a Teflon pan, don't take the chance. Put the rice in. Then I have some butter that I'm going to put in and get that melting. After my butter melts, then I'll put in my rice and some water. I am waiting for my ginger to thaw. I keep it in the freezer. I've already cut up the meat. I have the green onion scallions cut up here to put on the end. For the garlic, we need to grind up our garlic here, so I already peeled these and have them all set, ready to go. I took the entire bulb and I put it in this pan with a lid, and then I shook the pan until all the bulb fell apart with all the cloves. And then I just pulled out the paper, cut off the ends. So let's mush this a little bit. There you go, those are all set and ready to go. That works pretty easy. Just like that. Set this aside. Then the sesame seeds, we're going to use these later on. So I'll just put them off to the side. Now I also have the broccoli. If you're using a whole head of broccoli, of course you're going to want to cut them up into small florets like this. I have the brown sugar and soy sauce all set and ready to go. So this butter looks like it's pretty well melted. So let's go ahead and put in the water. And by the way, the measurements, you don't have to remember the measurements, because if you just look right down below there where it says the Diabetic Diet Show, you'll be able to click on that and see where it says more, and then the instructions will be there. Probably should put a little bit of salt in there with that rice, so let's just pop this off for a minute. Not much, especially in an Asian dish where you're using soy sauce. And for the soy sauce, I have a low sodium soy sauce, so we don't have to worry about too much of it. So I'm just gonna put in about 1/4 of a cup here, just like this, just to get up to my 1/4 cup mark. Then that's going to go here in my saucepan, and this here was a marker to show it what we're using. So it was this one. Okay, we'll get those out of the way. Now we need to do that again for the meat. And we need some oil. So let's measure out some oil here. We're making a sauce. If your sauce is too thick, you can cut it with some water, of course. This is going to be to pour on the top. So that's ready to go there. And some brown sugar. I realize diabetics, you may not want to use the brown sugar or all of it, or you might want to use Truvia as a substitute, but I have members in the family that are not diabetic and they're going to eat this. So I have that all set and ready to go. We'll turn that on a little bit later. Maybe we should put some garlic in here as well. Just like that. We'll have that all set. Then, next, let's do our meat and our ginger. So here's, let's see if the ginger's thawing. You know, it doesn't take long. You leave it sitting out and it thaws. And you want about a tablespoon, or I like about a tablespoon of this. I don't like a real lot of ginger, so there we go. That's about a tablespoon. And then I just put it away right away so it doesn't turn to mush. A piece of ginger's lasted over a year. I don't use a real lot of it. And then I can just take things right off like that and set this aside. Next, for the meat, let's do the mix again. Let's do some soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce. So there's some soy sauce. In the bowl. Oil. Need a lot, but you need some. There we go. And some brown sugar. Just like that. And a whisk. Whisk this up. Smells good too. Let's mix this one. So this is ready to go for later. While it's cooking, I can heat this up in the end. Rice is working over here. That takes the longest. There we go. That's all set. And put away a couple of things here to make some room. No more brown sugar. These we'll put on later. Put them on the top. And now for our meat. For the meat, I like to grab a glove. And I just put the meat in here. Now you might not want to use all the sauce for your meat, which is okay, but of course pour out whatever meat sauce is left over. Can't save it really. I mean, some people might save it and mark it, but I wouldn't trust it in the refrigerator. Accidentally grab it out of there once it has the meat mixed with it. And if you can hear, I would like to thank the person that set off their auto alarm while I'm shooting the show. I think I missed that joke. I should have said, today's sponsor is Auto Alarms Unlimited. There we go. Just kind of toss that around, and it didn't absorb all that, and I can throw the broccoli in here as well. Now, as well as I got these seasoned, you might not need much of the sauce that I made. So if you don't need to use it, you can pour on just a little bit, whatever you need, or not use it at all. Next, I have a cookie sheet. Great big, huge piece of aluminum foil on top. And it's Reynolds wrap, so I have the shiny side up, as they recommend on the package. And let's spray the sheet. Try not to spray it in reverse and spray it in my face. Spray it good. You don't want this stuff sticking. Then we'll get our meat. I have the oven preheating. So let's get the meat out here. And then I'm going to move the meat to the outside, all the way around the perimeter. Just like this. Then broccoli in the middle, and a little bit of the sauce is remaining. That'll all cook up just like that. Very good. Now, let's throw this in the oven and back in a little bit. Okay, this has been boiling on a low simmer for about 2 minutes. The beef is done. I checked it with the digital thermometer. Remember, beef has to be over 150. So that is already done. And we can go ahead and get our beef out. The rice is done as well. Smells delicious. There we go. Wow, that's great. That is going to be so good. Now, we need to serve this up, don't we? So, let's do rice first. Get a nice big scoop here. First bowl is for Barb, so this one has to be the best. Made lots of rice, and it's going to be real good because I did that little trick of where you put the half a stick of butter in. Really livens up things as well. And then just grab a spatula just to pull out a few things here. So here's some broccoli. We can line some florets around here like this. They look so delicious. And then some meat. And of course, you can always come back for seconds. So I just put a little bit of meat on there like that. And then for the sauce, just to make sure the sauce is together. And when you boil it, it softens up the garlic and helps to make it so that it's not harsh. But you can pour some of this on, put some more on if you want it. Just like that. Just like that. And there you go. That's the show for the day. If you like watching cooking shows and you want to see some more, I promise you this is going to be delicious and a lot better than takeout. Here's a couple more just like it.